In Washington, D.C., a new campaign is underway, drawing attention from both national and international observers. The city, already a hub of political activity, is now witnessing a renewed effort that's sparking debate across the political spectrum. This time, a group of Republican senators is stepping forward to nominate former President Donald Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize, reigniting a conversation that has surfaced before, but with a new twist. Unlike previous nominations that focused on foreign diplomacy, this push centers on Operation Warp Speed, Trump's ambitious initiative to accelerate the development and distribution of COVID-19 vaccines during the height of the pandemic. Senators Bill Cassidy and John Barrasso, both of whom are physicians, argue that Trump's leadership was instrumental in cutting through bureaucratic red tape and mobilizing the private sector. They believe these actions led to the rapid creation and deployment of vaccines, ultimately saving countless lives not just in the United States, but around the world. Supporters of the nomination claim that by fast-tracking vaccine development, Trump played a crucial role in restoring global stability, reopening economies, and helping communities recover from the devastating effects of the pandemic. They argue this achievement makes a compelling case for Nobel recognition. The debate now centers on whether saving lives through groundbreaking public health initiatives can be considered as worthy of the Peace Prize as more traditional acts of diplomacy and conflict resolution, raising important questions about the evolving definition of peace in our modern world. Operation Warp Speed, launched in May 2020, was an unprecedented public-private partnership to accelerate COVID-19 vaccine development. The program united government agencies and the military, investing billions to support pharmaceutical companies and fund vaccine manufacturing before approval. By backing multiple vaccine candidates, including mRNA technology, the initiative increased the odds of rapid success. The military's logistical expertise ensured efficient nationwide distribution once vaccines were authorized. Operation Warp Speed aimed to deliver 300 million doses by early 2021, a timeline once thought impossible. This bold approach set a new standard for emergency public health response. Operation Warp Speed shattered records, delivering the first COVID-19 vaccines less than a year after the virus's genetic sequence was published. By running research, testing, and manufacturing in parallel, the program saved precious time as the pandemic raged. The arrival of highly effective vaccines offered hope and a path back to normalcy worldwide. Pfizer-BioNTech and Moderna's vaccines, both with around 95% efficacy, exceeded expectations and became the backbone of global vaccination efforts. Supporters argue that without this decisive leadership and financial risk-taking, vaccine rollout would have been much slower. They credit Operation Warp Speed as a turning point in the fight against COVID-19. Senators Cassidy and Barrasso, both of whom are also practicing physicians, have been vocal in crediting President Trump's leadership for the unprecedented speed of the COVID-19 vaccine rollout. They point to his administration's willingness to take bold action and make tough decisions as a key factor in the rapid development and distribution of vaccines. They describe Operation Warp Speed as a life-saving achievement, emphasizing how it brought together government agencies, private companies, and scientists in a historic collaboration to fight the pandemic. According to these senators, cutting through layers of bureaucracy and challenging the status quo was essential. They argue that without this aggressive approach, vaccine development could have taken years longer, costing countless more lives. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. echoed these sentiments, calling the program genius and praising its innovative approach to public health emergencies. He noted the program's perfect timing, saying its swift action and coordination had a profound impact on saving lives and restoring hope during a global crisis. Dr. Mehmet Oz, a prominent physician and Trump appointee, also praised the initiative, describing it as a massive success that set a new standard for future public health responses. These endorsements, coming from a diverse array of political and medical leaders, highlight the program's far-reaching impact on global health and its ability to unite people across party lines. Supporters argue that, regardless of political affiliation, the sheer scale and results of Operation Warp Speed make it a contender for the Nobel Prize, recognizing its role in saving millions of lives worldwide. The nomination has sparked a lively debate about what kinds of achievements the Peace Prize should honor. and whether scientific breakthroughs in public health deserve greater recognition on the world stage. Trump's previous Nobel nominations focused on Middle East diplomacy, like the Abraham Accords and ceasefire efforts. These initiatives were seen as significant strides towards achieving peace in a region long plagued by conflict and instability. Despite these efforts, the Nobel Committee did not award him for those actions, often citing the complexity of achieving and maintaining lasting peace in such a volatile area. The intricate dynamics and historical tensions made it difficult to recognize any single effort as a definitive solution. Now, supporters see Operation Warp Speed's global impact as a stronger case for recognition. The initiative aimed to accelerate the development, manufacturing, and distribution of COVID-19 vaccines. The rapid vaccine rollout provided a blueprint for emergency response, showcasing how swift action can mitigate a global crisis. It promoted worldwide stability and recovery, helping nations to rebuild and return to a sense of normalcy. The narrative has shifted from peacemaker to lifesaver, with proponents arguing that public health achievements can foster global fraternity and unity. They believe that addressing a global health crisis effectively can be as impactful as traditional peace efforts in bringing people together. Whether the Nobel Committee agrees remains to be seen, as they deliberate on what constitutes a worthy contribution to peace. The debate over what defines peace in the modern era is now front and center, challenging traditional notions and expanding the scope of what it means to contribute to global harmony.